What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Team 1993, back with another video, man. And we're going current, and we are trying to develop these Panthers into a winning organization. We haven't been in some time. We haven't been under Dave Tepper, but let's definitely try to change that. Let's look into what we did this year. So right now, I have it at the wild card, like in real life. I did mess up in some kind of way. Seattle got in there over Green Bay, but other than that, everybody else is in the playoffs. So Bryce threw for almost 3,500 yards, 21 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 65 completion percentage, 84.1 passer rating. He got sacked 39 times. Uh, Running the ball, Miles and Chuba almost split it evenly, but Chuba ran for almost 700 yards and 6 touchdowns. Miles Sanders ran for 574 and 3 touchdowns. Also had 3 fumbles. Bryce ran for another 245 and a touchdown. Receiving the ball, Adam Thielen, 102 catches, 1,100 yards, almost 1,200, 7 touchdowns. Jonathan Mingo, 60 catches for 716. And DJ Chark, 56 for 675 and 7 touchdowns. Blocking, Icky, of course, gave up the most sacks. Defensively, Frankie Luvu, who is a free agent, had 117 tackles, leading the team. Tackles for loss, Brian Burns had 16 sacks. Brian Burns, in a contract year, did not produce. 6.5 interceptions. Team lead only 1. That's crazy. Forced fumbles. Brian Burns forced 2. Defensive touchdowns. Troy Hill had 1 and Sam Franklin had 1. Kicking wise, Eddie Pinero went 85. He missed 3 field goals during the year. Kick return. Nobody had a kick return. Now, our 3 biggest things that we are focused on this offseason. Right now, we have Frank Smith as our coach. If we're still playing and we hire a new coach, I will change Frank Smith into the new coach. But my biggest 3 goals going into the offseason is 1, to trade Brian Burns for a franchise receiver or a great package. Number 2, re-sign DJ Chark. And 3 is to accept J.C. Horn's 5th-year option. The bonuses in its offseason, I'm trying to rebuild our linebacking core. I'm trying to find a new pass rush after we trade Bryce, and a new running back. I'm not necessarily sold on Chuba and Miles Sanders as our running backs of the future, but those are the bonus things. Playoff bracket. So let's advance the week. The divisional round. We have Niners versus Seattle, Detroit versus the Bucks, Baltimore versus the Texans, and Buffalo versus Kansas City. The only one I'm going to get in and meddle with is I'm going to make sure we get Seattle out of here since they didn't make the playoffs. But the rest of that is not my business. All right, playoff bracket wise. So the Lions beat Tampa Bay. The Niners beat Seattle. And then Buffalo beat Kansas City in the rematch. Baltimore beat the Texans. So we got Baltimore and Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. And the Niners and the Lions in the NFC Championship game. Real quick, if you're watching this video, let me know below your guess on who gets into the Super Bowl real quick. Let's see. Playoff bracket. Ravens versus Niners rematch. As the Ravens won by 1 point and the Niners put a pretty nice, impressive butt whooping on Detroit. So we got Ravens versus Niners. Number one in the AFC versus number one in the NFC. I'm going to go. I think Lamar wins his first Super Bowl. The Niners did lose to the Ravens during the regular season, so Pro Bowl rosters. I doubt we have anybody on here. Adam Thielen. Look at that. Yep, he's the only Pro Bowler we have. Alright. Let's advance the week again. The yearly awards. Lamar Jackson winning his second MVP trophy, Coach of the Year, Dan Campbell, shout out to him. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Tariq. Defensive Player of the Year, Max Crosby. Offensive Rookie of the Year, of course, C.J. Stroud. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson. Best quarterback, Lamar. Best running back, Derrick Henry. Best receiver, Tariq. Best lineman, Trey Smith. Best D-line, Max Crosby. T.J. Watt won Best Linebacker. Kenny Moore is Best DB. Harrison Buckner is the Best Kicker. NFC, Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. Defensive Player of the Year, Michael Parsons. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Bijan over Puka. Ooh. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Brian Young for the Rams. Dak Prescott is the best quarterback. Best running back, CMC. Best receiver, A.J. Brown. Best alignment, Zach Martin. Best defensive lineman, Michael Parsons. Best linebacker, Danielle Hunter. Best DB, Darren Bland. Best kicker, Brandon Aubrey. So let's advance right here. And I was correct. Lamar Jackson wins his first Super Bowl. Gus Edwards won MVP though. Wow. Let's take a screenshot of this real quick. Shout out to the Ravens. The 2023 retirements. Let's see if we see any big names. Harrison Smith retires from the Vikings. Cameron Hayward retires. Jason Peter retires. Demario Davis, Cameron Jordan retired. Chandler Jones retired. Linval Joseph and Andy Dalton retired for us. Randall Cobb retired. Dwayne Brown retired. Trent Williams retired. Calais Campbell, Cordell Patterson, Julio, Jason Kelsey, Brandon Graham. It was some big names. Brandon Williams, Jerry Hughes, Josh Norman retired again. Well, out the league again. Alright, that's free agents. Upgrade players. That's the practice squad, guys. Just skip through that. Staff moves. Let's see if there's any names we know. Ron Rivera was fired. Pete Carroll retired. That's the big names. Let's advance the week. Mock draft 1. But remember, we don't have a first round pick currently until we get Brian Burns off the books. And it looks like the Bears want to go pass rusher. How do we franchise tag? Alright, so let's accept this option for JC Horn. That was one of our goals. Let's negotiate with Frankie Louvu. Let's go player friendly. We want him to say no because we're going to franchise tag him for 1 year, $16 million. We want DJ Chark to come back. Yes, sir. That's 2 of our goals. LaVista can leave. CJ can leave. Etor can leave. We're good with all the rest of these guys leaving. I don't have anything now. They don't have a trade center though. Alright, so let's advance right here. Look at these combine results real quick. I just want to look at like elite neighbors. What did you run? 446. Marvin Harrison ran a 443. Okay. There's a trade center. Bears. Tevin Jenkins, the second rounder, sixth rounder, seventh rounder. Cortland Sutton. Could get Hollywood Brown. So I might have to get creative because I'm not really liking none of these. Wow, you get Tank Dell. Hop. Nah, I'm not liking none of these trades. Alright. This is where I'm going to end episode 1. I'm going to go ahead and get episode 2 recorded. But I appreciate everybody. This is boy, Mr. Tim 1993. I'm out.